frustrated.
I was kind of mad because I live here and I wanted a parking space.
Why are they taking up a parking spot?
You're killing me!
Yeah, we were actually kind of pissed off because we just wanted this spot to get food, but...
I get it. It's for when someone parks maybe in a handicap spot and they're like, I'll just be a minute. Yeah. Someone needs it actually.
Never thought about it that way with a wheelchair. Yeah.
I was confused at first, but I think it's a good idea. I think it'll get a lot of people's attention.
So I've seen plenty of people park in a handicap spot and they're not handicapped, so it's definitely frustrating.
Well, first it's frustrating when there's a normal person in a handicapped spot.
Specifically, I remember one time, it was a Christmas Eve, and me and my grandma and I were at the mall, and we were picking up a book that I had on reserve, and it was cold, icy, snowy, and we just wanted to get home because it was Christmas Eve. So we pull up out front, and there's a handicap spot, and a guy goes right into it. And we notice that he doesn't even have a handicap sticker. He just pulls up, somebody gets out of his car, and then they run into the mall. And so we asked the guy, we're like, do you have a handicap sticker? And he goes, no, I don't. And just kind of rolled up his window. And that was it. And I mean, we had to drive around the parking lot, and then my grandma had to drop me off. How often do people actually write handicap parking violation tickets? Especially if you're just going to be in there 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. You just run in, you get what you need, and then you're out.
I got here a little bit late this morning, and so there were no disabled spaces, and so I parked in front of the one that said IT services, 30-minute thing. I've done that before, and I used to get a fair amount of leeway. I wouldn't get tickets, and I think because they knew that I was, a faculty member or a chair in a department, and so they were really good about not ticketing me. Lately, I've gotten 3 tickets in the past 2 weeks because I have no alternative but to park. And so even though it's not a disability space, I've got to get in to do my job. And I've got to be relatively close. So this morning I parked there, and because Debbie knew you were coming, she called the parking services on me, and the woman over there said, well, I have a plate too, and we just have to do the best we can. I think she was assuming, and I think a lot of people assume this, that if you're using a disability space, that you're in a chair. And so you can park quite a distance and it won't be a problem. That's not true for me right now because the chair is up here and it doesn't fit in the car. And it's not true for a lot of people who may have heart conditions or, other kind, or they may be on crutches or they may have a walker. And so it doesn't do them any good if they have to park in a disability spot that's quite a distance. It only works if they have a disability spot and it's close to where they have to get into the building. Her reaction was sort of tough luck. People have to do as well as they can. Well, because I am annoyed. I think, you are already doing as well as you can. And so to behave that way is really discriminatory, whether she has a disability plate or not. Well, it's like every other minority group. They don't talk to the people involved. They talk to able-bodied people, and then they make assumptions about if I were disabled, this is what I would need.
I really like what you guys are doing, and I feel like as far as marginalized groups of people with disabilities, especially in Oxford, just aren't really even on the radar these days.
I think it was a great project. I think it was just great because it does make an impact. And even the people who you say may not have understood it, I think when they thought about it later, they would have, they will get it.
Yeah.
Because there is that assumption that, I think what people assume is if you're disabled, you're not in a hurry, you're not busy because I'm sure you've learned in this class, that becomes your identity. And so I'll only be a minute, they don't see as negatively affecting anyone.
Nobody likes, to be inconvenienced in any way, but they don't understand that people with disabilities are inconvenienced every day,
And I think that we should be more aware of people who have those needs and have those disabilities that need those parking spots and others.
Everyone's guilty of seeing it and being like, I never actually see anyone using this. I don't know why it's really there. I'm not hurting anyone, but you could be and you would have no idea, or that idea that it's just important that they have this resource. It's so necessary to their lives, and you might not realize that. So I think it's a great way to raise awareness. And I'm sure people are driving by this spot right now and are getting mad. There are chairs in it, but
Extremely frustrated.
I think it's sending a really great message.
I didn't understand what it was about because I was trying to find a parking spot like everyone else, I'm sure. And then as soon as I read your signs, I thought this is a really good eye-opening demonstration that you guys are doing to kind of like help bring awareness to this, you know, and stop and make people think.
A study in kind of raising awareness on handicap parking.
Temporarily able-bodied person will say, I'm just going to be a minute, I'm just going to run in over here
What
really
they don't
fast.
know
is that that's a necessary spot for someone with a disability.
Keep people aware.
Thanks. Yeah.
Really glad that we can spread awareness to everybody.
I think it's a good way to raise awareness about the issue.
And that's exactly what we're trying to bring awareness to people about right now, is just how frustrating that is for people that really need that
Setting
parking.
these wheelchairs here allows some people to see how their actions are affecting others, and hopefully they can just come to the awareness that what they're doing is not okay.